is up, everybody? If you're ready to see me wreak havoc with my slingshots using some lead ammo, stick around. I appreciate you taking time to click on this video. I wanted to take a moment to say what's up to all my subscribers. I want to also greet new visitors. Welcome to 411 Outdoors. My name is Daniel Irvin. I love to get out here and play. I love everything from weapons, tutorials, reviews, survival, outdoor adventures, and all the rest. If you love that kind of stuff, I'd be pumped if you'd subscribe to this channel. I've been going at it for almost 7 months. I'm about 17 away from being at 500 subscribers. I'm having a blast, and I'd love for you to come along. Just don't forget to click the bell so that you can get your notifications. Now let's get rolling. You know, ever since I created this channel back in the spring, I have met so many awesome people here on YouTube. Just so many people from around the world who like to get out and do a lot of the same things that I do. You know, when you go out and you start a YouTube channel and you have all these aspirations and dreams and things you want to accomplish and do, I think it's very easy to forget about the community that you're going to have. I can't speak for any other YouTuber, but I have had such a pleasant experience talking to so many different people, meeting people from everywhere just who share my common interest and they like to do the same things I do. It's just been really cool. It's been a real perk that I really didn't think about going into this. I'm also part of a few other forums here and there. One in particular is a Slingshot forum created by Slingshot on my Facebook page. In that thread, I became acquainted with a really cool guy named Brandon who reached out to me, and we had some great conversation, and he went on to tell me that he makes lead ammo and that he wanted to send some to me. I was like super excited. You know, lead ammo is not really that easy to come by if you don't make it. I really hope to learn how to make it someday, but he does, and he offered to send me some. I was super stoked and excited. I was like, yes, please send me some of that ammo. I was like, what do I owe you? He's like, you don't owe me anything, man. I just want to see a video of you wrecking some stuff. I was like, bro, I can do that. I will get to work wrecking stuff the moment you send me this ammo. So this week I received the ammo in the mail. I'm super excited. I can't wait to show you what he sent me. I'm like a kid when I'm waiting on mail to come, especially when it's related to my outdoor interest. Like, ain't nothing better than getting a slingshot or a knife or whatever it is. And needless to say, I was super excited to get this package from Brandon. And again, Brandon, dude, I can't thank you enough. So excited about this. So he sends me 3 different sizes. I've got a big bag here of 11 millimeter lead. He sent me some 12.5 millimeter. Looks like it's very similar in size to my 1/2-inch steel, but of course this is heavier as it's going to wreck it so much more. He sends me 25 rounds of 18 millimeter. This stuff is so heavy. This round is going to be brutal, my friend. I'm gonna run and get everything ready. I'm just gonna get a bunch of my slingshots and shoot different ones, see how they do. I am pumped. All right, I've got my catch box sitting up on top of this, whatever it is. I inherited this thing from the neighbor. I think he kept his wood on it. It's just some rebar, I think is how it's pronounced. And I've got my catch box here. This is a heavy duty box from Home Depot. It's expendable. It was $3. I can always get another one. I've got a heavy jacket that I will never use again because I got bleach all over it and just a little bit of flap down here at the bottom, keep it from rolling out the front if that's what it chooses to do. I just secured it with paracord, stuck some holes in the sides, just enough room for the jacket to get a little swing on. I am about ready to bust up something. All right, now time to do an inventory check. First and foremost, eye protection. Second, hand protection, armored gloves. Now to the fun part. What slingshots are going to come along with me on this journey? Well, first on the list, the Red Dragon that I reviewed yesterday. That's what I named it, the Red Dragon. This thing has some extremely powerful tubes. In fact, this is the most powerful loop tubes I've ever shot. Second on the list, the Torque from Slingshot. I've got also some heavy loop tubes on this that sling my 1/2-inch steel ammo at a very good pace. I'm gonna need all the force I can get to throw some of this larger ammo. Next on the list, the Hammer XT from Slingshot with the wrist brace. 1-inch wide bands, 1 millimeter thick, huge pouch. This, I believe, is going to be my ace in the hole with that extremely large lead that I'm going to be shooting. And I'm going to be bringing along my rock chuckers. These have 1 millimeter thick bands on them, but they're cut at 3/4 of an inch wide with big bands. I can shoot pretty good sized projectiles from these bands. With the exception of the loop tubes, obviously, that are on the Red Dragon, everything else is Simple Shot latex. I believe Simple Shot latex is the best. I love it. I buy it in bulk, and that's what I'm out here using today. I always like to give Simple Shot a plug. If you're interested in purchasing Simple Shot latex, bands, Slingshot frames, and all the rest, there will be a link to their site in the description. Food Lion Cola, you are being charged with crimes against humanity. And your crime is tasting absolutely nothing like Coke or Pepsi. In other words, you taste like garbage. How do you plead? Well, it doesn't really matter, because you're still going to be sentenced to execution by a slingshot marksman using lead. Your demise will be quick and painless, but I cannot promise that it will not be messy. All right, you guys, there's a such thing as busting cans, and then there's blowing cans up. That's the difference. First on the list, the torque. Golly. So check this out. This piece of lead is sticking out through the jacket. I could almost pull it through. So the lead hit the jacket, hit the back of the box, and did that. That's funny. All right, we're stepping up now to the 12.5 millimeter. I'm gonna break out the Hammer XT. Not even the hammer setup that I have is throwing it very far. These are some very heavy lead objects. I may end up needing to experiment more with even a more powerful setup. I'm gonna try shooting this bigger round in the Dragon to see what it does. Okay, so let me give you a recap. My torque setup for the 11 millimeter was beautiful. The 12.5 millimeter with the Dragon was beautiful. The 18 millimeter I shot with the hammer setup. The bands were, as I said, 1 millimeter thick, 1 inch wide. This time I'm doing something different. I'm gonna shoot the 18 millimeter again with 3/4 inch wide, same thickness. I can get a little bit better drawback on this than I did with that. Pretty good draw, but I can go back further with this, and I'm gonna see how this does. That's music, isn't it? Another thing as well, that was about 15 feet. Anything much further than that, maybe 15 to 20 feet, anything much further than that, I would have lost velocity. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If this ever had to be used as a weapon and something needed to be shot that big, 15 feet is about what you got with that 18 millimeter on a pretty heavy setup. But the rest, you get some powerful bands and powerful tubes, you can send it further and it destroys what it hits. All right, y'all, getting ready to do something a little different. Kids, seriously, no joke, don't try this at home. I'm gonna fire an 18 millimeter ball at this wooden board. We're gonna see what it does. That's one thing I love about lead, it doesn't ricochet that violently. Check those tubes versus the ones I've got on the torque. Let's get a look at the wounds here. That's the 18 millimeter wound in the wood at about 20 feet. Those are the 12.5 millimeter wounds in the wood at 20 feet. So, all right, y'all, this saga isn't over by a long shot. I'm gonna get me some ballistic gel and do some testing there. I'm gonna get some other objects that are good for, you know, wrecking things with lead. So I'm not done seeing what I can destroy with this lead. I believe that's going to be a continuing saga. I'm going to tweak a few things that I think need to be tweaked, and I think it's going to be good. All right, y'all, that was so much fun. I got off several shots using all of the lead. I got a pretty good idea of the dynamic between, you know, what to use in between slingshots, Had to make a couple of adjustments along the way, especially when I was using the hammer, the wider bands. I actually did a little better once I switched to the same thickness, but a little bit more narrow. Gave me more drawback, more dynamic. I love the setup at 11, 12 and a half with my high powered slingshots. I love that setup. I'm gonna get out and do a whole lot more with it. That's a surefire win if you're hunting. I mean, that's a huge impact. That would be a lot of blunt force. God forbid, if you ever had to, this could be one heck of a weapon. I would never ever want to get hit with something like this. I was actually a little nervous. I never shot this much lead before. I like that it doesn't ricochet so much. It would bounce and come right back to me and roll to my feet. I thought that was pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a great time making it. Let the comment section blow up. I want to hear from you on this. I want to hear about your experience with lead. Let me know just in the comments, all those different things. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Stay tuned. There's going to be more content coming. Take care.